This is Matt once again from Real Talk and Business.
Now, I said before, you want a person to give you a reason to not trust them. Let them give you signs to not trust them. Don't just build trust issues just for the sake of building trust issues. Let the signs come to the forefront. Go by the facts, go by the evidence, go by what people tell you, go by what's being presented to you. On that note, I'm going to give you 5 signs to look for to not trust somebody. And you can add to this list, but I'm going to give you 5 to keep this short and sweet. I might add some more in a future video. Number 1, when a person doesn't listen to you on a consistent basis, then I wouldn't trust them. Now, we're all human. Of course, we're not going to grasp everything. We're not going to absorb everything. We might make mistakes. We might forget here and there. But what I'm saying in this video, there's a difference between hearing and listening. When they're not listening to you on a consistent basis, that means they're not paying attention. And when they're not paying attention, or they might have a disregard in what you're saying, or don't care about what you're saying, then I wouldn't trust them. If you say you're going to meet somebody at 3:30, and you communicate with them and they say, okay, I'll see you there at 3:30, you expecting them to be there at 3:30. You expect them to listen, to you saying, okay, I'm going to be there at 3:30. I expect you to be there so I can give you this important letter so you can mail at the post office. But if you show up and they don't show up at 3:30, on a regular basis, over and over, every time you make an appointment or you ask to meet them or do something, every time they're not listening, over and over and over and over and over again, then how can you trust somebody like that? If you say, okay, you got a close friend or a close family member or a close person that okay, here's a secret, please don't tell anybody, and they go and tell the world about it, then how can you trust them? Because they're not listening to you. If your life is on the line and a person is around you known for not paying attention and known for not listening, then would you trust them with your life? Of course not. Of course not. So you got to build trust with people who listen. Number 2, when a person tries to make you look bad, either alone or in front of other people, then I wouldn't trust them. I would run in a heartbeat. See, when a person tries to make you look bad, they want to try to make themselves look better or feel better about themselves. And with this disregard of your feelings, this is a sign to ditch them in a heartbeat. Number 3, when a person is consistently harming or poisoning their own body, then I wouldn't trust them. See, if a person isn't looking after their health or don't have any effort in regards to their improvement of their health or their best interests, then how can they look after yours? They're not going to look after your best interests or your health because they're hurting theirs. They're hurting their own. They have a disregard of their own health and their own best interests and their own well-being. If a person is not looking after their own well-being, how are they going to look after your well-being? Number 4, you can't trust someone who abuses you, whether it be mentally, physically, or emotionally. Now, this pretty much speaks for itself. So when it gets to this point, it's pretty much time to run. Number 5, you can't trust someone who gossips about other people. And I talked about this before. When a person who gossips about another person and they don't have the courage to confront them about it, then what that shows is that this person lacks integrity. And when a person lacks integrity, how in the world can you trust them? It doesn't matter who it is. You can't trust people who have a lack of integrity. Look at a person's foundation. A person's foundation should be built off of integrity, morality. sometimes people can show you these signs and don't even know it. That's why the universe and people will give you signs, and you got to pick up on it, because if you don't, things will get way, way, way bad for you.